Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today, we're diving into a fascinating but controversial topic, dark psychology manipulation tricks. We're going to be looking at the tactics some people use to influence and control others, often without them even realizing it. It's actually kind of terrifying how easily people can manipulate others if they know what buttons to push. So, let's get into it. Okay, so first up is gaslighting. You've probably heard this term thrown around a lot, but what actually is it? Basically, gaslighting is when someone messes with your mind, making you question your own reality. Imagine this, you could have sworn you left your keys on the counter, but your partner's all like, "Babe, you're losing it, you haven't held your keys all day." And then they start listing all these other times you forgot things, making you feel like you're actually going senile. They might deny things they said or did, even if you remember it crystal clear. Like, you could have been having this whole deep conversation and suddenly they're like, "What are you even talking about? I never said that." They make you doubt your memory, your perception, everything you thought you knew. And here's the thing, it can be super subtle at first. You might brush it off as them just being forgetful or having a different perspective. But over time, these little comments and denials, they start to add up. You start to question yourself more and more, wondering if you're actually the crazy one. Gaslighting can really mess with your head, you guys. It can erode your confidence, make you feel insecure and unsure of yourself. And the worst part, it can make you more dependent on the gaslighter. If you're constantly questioning your own sanity, you're more likely to turn to the person who seems so sure of themselves, right? Even if they're the ones manipulating you in the first place. So, how can you tell if you're being gaslighted? Trust your gut. Document everything. Keep track of conversations, dates, times, any weird incidents that happen, and most importantly, surround yourself with people you trust, people who support you and believe in you. If things get too overwhelming, don't hesitate to seek professional help. A therapist can provide you with strategies to cope and validate your experiences. Educate yourself about gaslighting and psychological manipulation. Knowledge is power, and understanding these tactics can help you recognize them more easily. Lastly, set boundaries. Make it clear what behavior is unacceptable and stand firm in your convictions. Your mental health is worth protecting. Okay, so gaslighting is messed up, right? It's one of those things that can really mess with your head and make you question your reality. But let's talk about something a little more seductive, something that might seem harmless at first but can be just as damaging. Ever met someone and it felt like you were living in a fairy tale? Like every moment with them is straight out of a romance novel? I mean, they're showering you with compliments, gifts, attention like you're the only person on the planet. It's like you're the star of your own movie. You feel like you've won the lottery of love. Everything seems perfect, almost too perfect. Well, my friends, buckle up because you might just be experiencing love bombing. It's a tactic that's designed to sweep you off your feet. And no, it's not as fun as it sounds. In fact, it can be quite the opposite. It's more like being bombarded by affection, and it can be just as manipulative as any other dark psychology trick. It's overwhelming and can leave you feeling suffocated. Think about it. You meet this amazing person and they're like, completely head over heels for you. It's like they've known you forever and can't get enough of you. They're telling you they've never felt this way about anyone before, that you're their soulmate, the peanut butter to their jelly, you know, the whole 9 yards. It's intoxicating. And it's not just talk, they're backing it up with grand gestures. It's like they're trying to prove their love with every action. Expensive gifts, surprise trips, non-stop texting and calls like they've got you on speed dial 24/7. It's constant and relentless. It's like they're living in your back pocket and you're thinking, wow, they must really be in love, but is it really love or something else? But here's the catch. Love bombing is all about creating intense intimacy and attachment very quickly, like way too quickly. It's designed to make you feel a deep connection fast. The goal is to make you feel indebted to them, like you owe them something for all this overwhelming affection. It's a way to gain control over you. It's like they're investing all this energy up front, so you feel obligated to reciprocate, even if you're not really feeling it on the same level. It's a trap. They're creating this illusion of a perfect relationship, but honey, it's all smoke and mirrors. It's a facade that can crumble at any moment. Because once they have you hooked, that's when things start to change. The affection can turn into control and manipulation. They might pull away, become distant, start picking fights, and you're left feeling super confused and desperate to get back to that honeymoon phase. It's a roller coaster of emotions. You start questioning what you did wrong, how you could have messed things up so badly, and you're willing to do anything to get back that initial attention and affection. It's a vicious cycle. And that's exactly what the love bomber wants. They thrive on your confusion and desperation. So how can you tell the difference between genuine affection and love bombing? It's not always easy, but there are signs. Pay attention to the pace of the relationship. If things are moving too fast, it might be a red flag. A healthy relationship should be built on trust and respect, not manipulation and control. Take your time and make sure the affection is genuine. Chapter 3. Negging, the art of the backhanded compliment. Alright guys, let's talk about negging. This one's a little sneaky, a little underhanded, like a passive-aggressive ninja of manipulation. Basically, negging is all about giving backhanded compliments or subtle insults to chip away at your self-esteem. It's like they're trying to dim your shine, make you doubt your worth, so they can have the upper hand. You know those people who are always quick with a compliment that leaves you feeling kinda bad about yourself, like, oh, that dress looks great on you, it really hides your hips, or you're actually pretty smart for someone who didn't go to college. Those are classic negs. They might sound innocent on the surface, maybe even well-intentioned, but underneath, they're laced with just enough negativity to make you question yourself. And here's the thing, negging often comes from a place of insecurity. The person doing the negging might be threatened by your confidence, your intelligence, your success, so they try to bring you down a notch to make themselves feel better. When someone constantly chips away at your self-esteem, it's easy to start believing the negative things they say about you. You might start questioning your own judgment, your own worth, and that's exactly what the negger wants. They want you to feel insecure, to doubt yourself because it makes you easier to control. So how do you deal with a negger? First of all, recognize it for what it is. Manipulation. Don't let their backhanded compliments get to you. Remember, their words say more about them and their own insecurities than they do about you. Call them out on it. And most importantly, surround yourself with positive people who lift you up and make you feel good about yourself. Chapter 4. Triangulation, the jealousy game. Okay, so we've talked about gaslighting, love bombing, negging, all pretty messed up, right? These are all tactics used to manipulate and control, but there's one more that takes the cake. But buckle up, Buttercup, because triangulation takes manipulation to a whole new level. It's a psychological strategy that can leave you feeling confused and emotionally drained. It's like a twisted game of emotional tug-of-war, and you're stuck in the middle, being pulled in different directions. So, what is triangulation? Imagine this. You're dating someone and they're constantly bringing up an ex, a coworker, a friend, whatever, basically anyone they can use to make you feel jealous or insecure. It's a deliberate attempt to create a sense of rivalry. They might compare you to this person, saying things like, oh, my ex used to love when I did that, or my coworker thinks you're being too sensitive. These comparisons are designed to make you doubt yourself. They might even go as far as flirting with this other person in front of you, just to get a rise out of you. It's all part of their plan to keep you on edge. And why do they do this? Control, my friends, control. It's about maintaining power in the relationship. By creating this triangle, this sense of competition, they keep you off balance, constantly vying for their attention and approval. It's a way to ensure you remain dependent on them. It's like they're saying, hey, I've got options, so you better step up your game if you want to keep me interested. This keeps you in a perpetual state of anxiety. And the worst part is, it often works. The constant comparison and competition can erode your self-esteem. Jealousy is a powerful emotion, and it can make us act in ways we wouldn't normally consider. It can cloud our judgment and make us act irrationally. We might start trying harder to please the manipulator, to prove that we're better than the other person, that we're worthy of their love and attention. This can lead to a cycle of unhealthy behavior. We might even start acting out of character, becoming clingy, possessive, demanding, all because we're afraid of losing them. This fear can be paralyzing. So, how do you deal with triangulation? First of all, remember that it's not about you. It's about their need to control and manipulate. The manipulator is the one with the problem, not you. Recognize their tactics and refuse to play along. Don't engage in the game. Set boundaries and stick to them. You deserve to be with someone who values you and makes you feel secure, not someone who thrives on drama and manipulation. Seek out healthy relationships where mutual respect and trust are the foundation. Chapter 5. Mirroring, the Chameleon Effect. Alright guys, we've talked about some pretty heavy stuff, but this next one is a little more subtle, a little more insidious. It's called mirroring, and it's like something out of a spy movie. Imagine this, you meet someone and it feels like you found your long-lost twin. They like all the same things you like, they have the same sense of humor, they even finish your sentences. You feel this instant connection like you've known them forever. Well, hold on to your hats because you might just be getting mirrored. And no, it's not as magical as it sounds. It's more like being subtly manipulated into thinking you've found your soulmate, when really, you've just found a master manipulator. Mirroring is when someone mimics your behavior, your interests, your attitudes, basically everything about you, to create a sense of connection and trust. They might copy your body language, your tone of voice, even your breathing patterns. It's like they're creating this illusion of being your perfect match, your soulmate, the peanut butter to your jelly. And here's the thing, mirroring can be very effective because it taps into our basic human need for connection. We're naturally drawn to people who are like us, who understand us, who make us feel seen and heard. So when someone mirrors us, it creates this feeling of validation, like, wow, this person really gets me. But here's the catch. Mirroring is often used as a way to manipulate you. Once the manipulator has gained your trust, they can use it to influence your decisions, your opinions, even your sense of self. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Remember, knowledge is power, and staying informed is the best way to protect yourself from these dark psychology manipulation tricks. Now that you know the signs, you can spot them a mile away and avoid getting played. Stay aware, trust your instincts, and don't be afraid to walk away from any situation that feels toxic or manipulative. See you next time.